It's going to start this hour with some breaking news out of the White House just minutes ago. President Trump blasting Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy in a social media post after Zelenskyy declared that Ukraine will not cede control of Crimea to Russia. The president posted in part, the statements made by Zelenskyy today will do nothing but prolong the killing field, and nobody wants that. We are very close to a deal, but the man with no cards to play should now finally get it done. All right, let's turn now to CBS News White House reporter Aaron Navarro. Aaron, what do the president's words mean for the prospects of a ceasefire in this?
Liz, good to be with you. Well, it's another checkpoint in what has been a pretty turbulent path to peace that President Trump is looking to achieve between Russia and Ukraine. You've seen two U.S. officials, Secretary of State Marco Rubio, Special Envoy Steve Witkoff, at the 11th hour kind of pull out of talks in London with Ukrainian officials and European officials. And you heard White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt said that Special Envoy Steve Witkoff will actually be meeting with Vladimir Putin and his officials in Russia in the coming days. But President Trump's post, especially when he said, quote, nobody is asking Zelenskyy to recognize Crimea as a Russian territory. That's kind of in conflict with some of the reporting of a U.S. proposal last week that says one of the concessions potentially for Ukraine is for them to recognize Crimea as Russian territory. So certainly some conflicting messages coming from the White House and Ukraine on this, but as in all, it's kind of reminiscent of that moment earlier this year, and you're showing video of it now, when Zelenskyy was in the Oval Office, when President Trump was really looking to put most of the pressure on Ukraine, and we find ourselves in a similar position today.
And Aaron, the president is also talking about trade with China. We're seeing the markets react. He spoke at a brief question and answer session with reporters at the White House just a short time ago. Here's what he had to say.
We have a lot of action going on. We're making a lot of money, this country. This country is not going to be losing money on trade anymore. We were losing $2 trillion a year on trade. Now we're going to be making money, a lot of money. So that's very good. Every country wants to partake, even countries that have ripped us off for many, many years. China is an example, but it's not just China. European Union, they ripped us off for many, many years, and those days are over. We're going to make a lot of money for our people. We'll be able to lower taxes substantially, and we're going to be proud of ourselves.
Aaron, give us some context to what the president just said right there.
Yeah, the president was asked if there are any direct talks yet between U.S. and China. He seemed to sidestep it, kind of talking broadly that there are negotiations happening with plenty of countries, and this was a similar posture that the White House had yesterday when asked if President Xi and President Trump were actually talking on the phone. Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt declined to confirm or comment on that. It also comes a day after there were reports of Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent saying that the current trade war between the U.S. and China in regards to tariffs is, quote, unsustainable. Both he and President Trump teased potentially lowering those tariffs, which caused a spike in the stock market. But today, the White House is saying that they are not looking at the U.S. unilaterally lowering tariffs at this point, while at the same time setting the table for talks to at least start in some way between the U.S. and China.
CBS News White House reporter Aaron Navarro at the White House for us today. Thank you so much, Aaron. Good to see you.